Do you need a talent manager or an agent? Someone to handle your businesses, to negotiate contracts for you, to get you jobs, and do all the hard things while you just focus on your art. Sounds like a dream, right? But what most creatives don't realize is that getting out of a bad contract is way harder than getting themselves a job. So in this video, I'm gonna give you the ultimate checklist on how you can vet your manager or your agent before hiring, how to spot a scammer before they get to your money, how to know if you're ready to be represented, or if you should just stay solo and keep 100% of your paycheck. Hey there, it's your girl Joan. I am an actress and a commercial model, and this is part 9 of our 15-part Acting 101 series, where I share with you a step-by-step guide on how you can create and build your acting career this year with no drama school, no agent, no training, and no connections. And if you want to understand acting as a business and not just a hobby, then you need to understand the representation game. So let's get into it. Okay, first things first, let's clear the confusion, because a talent manager and an agent, those are two separate people. A talent agent, think of him or her as a salesperson. Their primary role is to get you jobs. They have access to casting calls, either public or private. They pitch you to castings, submit you for roles, negotiate your pay, and make sure that your contract is fair. So in simple terms, a talent agent is someone who gets you jobs, someone who gets you opportunities and bookings. Now, on the other hand, a talent manager, you can think of him or her as a CEO or a strategist for you. They help to build your career. They focus on the long-term goals and on the bigger picture. They help to advise you on decisions, whether to take this job or to leave it. They help you to choose the right look for your profile. They help you to position yourself and to grow your brand strategically. They often have fewer clients, and this helps to have more one-on-one contact with them. So in simple terms, when you hear a manager, think of it as a strategist. Think of someone who helps you in direction and growth. So when we're doing a math, let's say you have both a talent manager and a talent agent. An agent often takes about 10 to 15% of the commission, and a manager takes 10 to 20% of the commission, because now you can understand the weight of the work. A talent manager helps to build you strategically and in a long-term way, while an agent helps you to get jobs and opportunities and bookings. So if you have both, you are probably giving about 25 to 35% of your paycheck. But realistically speaking, you need to be able to make enough money so that this arrangement can make sense. Now, I know this might be against other people's belief, but if you ask me, I don't think that you need a talent manager or an agent when you're a beginner, at least not yet. You need to focus on becoming your own agent and manager first. Why? Because first of all, it doesn't cost you anything. You're literally starting. Another thing is that it gives you raw and first-hand experience of how this industry works. You get to actually figure out your brand, see what roles actually fit you, see what roles you love to do, and actually learn the game before someone starts dictating your career before you even find your path. So if you've decided that you are ready to get an agent or a manager, first of all, don't just sign with the first person who pops up and who wants to work with you. No, remember, these are agents and managers, and they work for you, not the other way around. You are the one hiring them. So here is how to vet them correctly. Number 1, look at experience. How long have they been in the game? If you ask me, I would rather take someone who has been 10 plus years in the industry than someone who is just starting out, maybe 3-5 years. Now, I would rather go for someone who has been there longer, because that means they have deeper roots, they have more experience. So what you can do is ask them, first of all, which creative networks have they handled? Who are the other talents that they are working with? And what are these talents currently booking? What kinds of roles are they booking? What networks or connections do they have? Make sure you do your due diligence and research. Like, really do a deep research on them and the talents that they have worked with. You really need to look seriously into this, because this is a relationship that you're building and you need to know what you're getting yourself into. The second thing is visual alignment. Do they understand your brand? Do they understand the services that you offer? Do they understand your vision? Do they have a vision for you? Do your goals align? Is it shared? What does your goals look like in the first 6 months, 1 year, 5 years? Do they align or are they disconnected? It's very important for you to have honest and open conversations together so that you can understand whether this will work or not. You need to know if you're compatible. Compatibility actually should be number one. The third thing to look at is communication. How do they talk to you? In like a week or in a month, how often do you communicate? Are they vague or dishonest? Or do they ghost you and not give you feedback? Or do they not follow up on your meetings? Do they give you clarity? Do they give you vision? Do they give you a sense of direction? Communication is the most important thing in every relationship. And if there's no clear communication, then it's not gonna work out, and you need to be okay with that. Do not rather look at the potential, look at what the person is showing you at that moment, because that is the reality of the matter. The fourth thing, professional expectations. You need to be very candid and clear about the money expectations, setting boundaries, and conflict management. How are you going to work on those three important things? Money, boundaries, and conflict. Very, very key. They're not doing you a favor. This is a partnership. It's a two-way thing. Ask questions. Ask, how are we going to handle this relationship when the production has delayed in terms of payments? What protocol can we follow if we disagree with each other? What boundaries do we have with each other? All of them need to be stated clearly and on the contract. And remember, take time when you are vetting, when you're hiring your manager or your talent agent. Let no one rush you or make you feel like you're losing or you're missing out on a chance of a lifetime. Take time, sit with yourself, be honest with yourself, filter out all the noise, and most importantly, listen to your intuition. Very, very important. Now let me give you a quick red flag and green flag that you can watch out for. A red flag is someone who asks you for payment, for admin payment upfront, and you haven't even worked with him or her yet. That's a scam. You better run. A green flag is they get paid only when you get paid, and that must be on the contract. No one should ever force you to pay them before they give you the job and you do it and you get paid. A red flag to also look out for is someone who forces you to work with a certain photographer to, get your headshots or your self-tapes recorded through them or a certain studio. Well, that's a red flag, because maybe they are just marketing that studio, Chances are they might be working together with the studio and it might not even be the best quality and they're just forcing you to do that. Watch out for that, because maybe they're getting a cut from what you're going to pay there. So that's a red flag. But a good talent manager or agent will never force you. Someone who advises you on the best photographers that they know, but they actually let you choose them for yourself. That's a green flag. Another red flag to spot is someone who promises you stardom, someone who promises that you're going to be famous very fast, like overnight, just because you're working with them or you're associated with them. That's a red flag. Someone who is a green flag is someone who is talking about the long term. They actually want you to grind. They are talking about strategies. They are talking about the craft, actually putting in place like structures to make sure that you are growing yourself as a creative. That is a green flag. A red flag to run away from is someone who gives you vague contracts. They don't give you a way to leave the contract or the agency or the partnership. A vague contract can be something that does not have dates, something that has not clearly stipulated what that person is going to get from the commission, does not talk about clear payment terms. There's just a lot of vagueness. But a green flag to watch out for is someone who has a contract that actually has clarity. It has very clear clauses. It shows the way you guys are going to work together, the professional terms of work, the payments are going to be made, the correct amount of commission that they're going to get to receive from the work. You can just read it clearly and have clarity of everything of how you are going to work together. Contracts are a very sensitive issue, and I think I'm going to talk about it in the later episodes to come. I remember hearing something when I was watching Jane the Virgin, and it was when Jane and Raphael had a kid together, so they had to learn how to co-parent because it was kind of getting blurry. They didn't know which day or which time the kid spends with each parent, so they talked about making a contract, a co-parenting contract. And the thing was that really stuck to me is make contracts in the good times so that it protects you in the bad times. And that really stuck with me. So contracts are very important. They're a sensitive issue. You need to be very, very keen when you are signing, before you sign a contract, actually, to make sure that it protects you and it favors you. Actually, the both of you, because it's a whole relationship. Then another thing that I think you will need to write it down is agents and managers just take a piece of the pie, but they do not charge you to bake it. Do you need a second to pause and process that? What I'm saying is that if they want a cut, they have to make sure that they give you a job, not the other way around. Not to pay them to give you a job, no. And also I've heard of instances where it is the talent who is the problem, because they came to an agreement with a talent manager or an agent and they got them a job, but the talent was not able to pay the talent manager or agent. And you see, that is also a conflict, because the both of you need to adhere to the contract. If you stipulated that you're getting this percentage, then you as a talent need to make sure that you pay your agent or your manager. And that is how you maintain a professional and a healthy relationship. So it's a two-way thing. But if someone asks you to pay them before they give you a job, that's a scammer and you need to run away. Run very fast. Okay. Now, in order for a manager or an agent to sell you, you need to be a finished product. Hence, you need to know thyself. An agent or a manager cannot sell something that is unfinished or something that is not like a work in progress, Before a meeting with either of them, you need to answer yourself as honestly as you can. Ask yourself, number one, who are you? Are you a model, an actress, a dancer, a content creator? Do not box yourself. Be as honest as you can be, because that is the truth of the matter. You're all of those things. Just write them down. You're gonna find clarity soon. Second thing, what are your passions? What is your passion? What is your why? Where do you see yourself in 6 months, in 1 year, in 5 years? What are your goals? What are your visions? The third thing is have your dream list. What are the companies or the brands that you want to work with? Which shows do you want to be featured in? Which films? Is it local? Is it international? What is your aim? The fourth thing is partnerships. How do you want to be managed? What is your role as the talent and what is their role as the manager or the agent? How is your relationship or your partnership going to merge? Because you need to establish a flow state where you guys are just complementing each other. Yeah, your work complements each other and it works. You need to really know what kind of partnership you're getting yourself into. So I'm giving you a homework. Just sit down, reflect, meditate on it, and write it down as honestly and as clearly as you can think of. And also, don't beat yourself up. I know sometimes we might not have the clarity, we might not have all the answers to these questions. And that's the best thing about being a creative. You are not boxed to just doing one thing. You're not a statue. You are allowed to grow, to evolve, to explore new things. You're not like restrained, like this is the only thing that you're gonna be doing. Nah. That's the best thing about being a creative. You can always wake up the next day and feel like doing something different, and you're allowed to do it. You're not limited to just one thing, and that's okay. So this checklist is not a cage. You're not like this is what you need to do, this is what you need to stick to. Nah. This is just a compass, something that can actually give you clarity on how to start and where to start, so that you can, start building that momentum, get yourself going, get out of the guessworks, and just start doing your thing and start growing. And eventually you'll find your way there. And what if you decide you want to go solo and keep 100% of your paycheck? Going solo means that you're going to be the talent, the agent, and the manager, all in one. In short, you're going to be a whole powerhouse. So you need to know how you're going to build and grow yourself. And how do you do this? Number one, you need to always be ready 24/7. Like, you need to be ready to jump on every opportunity that shows up. Second thing, you need to master your networking. I have already created a video. It's the last video before this one. It's episode 8, where I teach you how to build those meaningful connections and relationships that actually get you booked and get you gigs. If you didn't catch it, I'm going to link it on the description. You need to go watch it after this video. Another thing is you need to build your acting starter kit. That's another video I've also created for you, and I'm also going to link it on the description. The fourth thing, and I think it's the most important thing, is you need to subscribe to this channel, because I'm literally giving you a whole blueprint, a whole guide, step by step, on how you can build a successful career in acting, and you can do it solo. Yes, subscribe. And if you have been growing yourself as a creative solo and you feel that you're ready to hire when the admin work has become too much and too overwhelming for you, and it's actually taking away your time and energy from being creative, from filming, from acting, going to rehearsals. You know, when you need help to negotiate your contracts, when you need help to answer your emails, when you need help to chase those invoices, do it then. Everyone needs help, so feel free to do that. Another time is when you have tapped out completely the local market and now you feel that you're ready to go chase the big gigs, international gigs. You're gonna need help with that as well. Also, when you need a bad cop, to handle the hard things, go to these negotiations rooms and actually pitch you and demand your true market value. Get one. Lastly, when you have completely mastered your lane and you feel that you want to either transition or rebrand, and they actually have a way or a bridge to connect you to where you need to be, feel free to do that. So in conclusion, representation is a partnership. You are the boss and they work for you. You need to remember that. If you found this video helpful, please give it a strong thumbs up. Also share with us in the comments your stories of the red flags or green flags that you've experienced, so that even us, we can also be prepared when we are looking for representation. And this has been part 9 of my 15-part acting series, where I share with you a step-by-step guide on how you can build and grow your acting career this year with no drama school, no agent, no connections, and no trainings. And now that you have learned everything that you need to know about hiring a manager or an agent, you are now ready to watch this next video right up here, where I share with you how to create your acting brand that is so good they have no choice but to book you. So I'll see you here.